In this corner, Taiwan. In a time when the concept of truth has become vague and unclear to so many, and the lines between good and evil, fact and fiction, and right and wrong are fading more each passing day, it is more uncommon than ever to see anyone stand up for what is right, simply because it is right. Additionally, the world seems to be ever more polarized into philosophical teams. When it comes to the idea of freedom, there are countries gripped by ideologies that sacrifice freedom of the many for the welfare and wealth of the few. And then there are countries who value freedom as a founding principle. In a now familiar scenario, there is a relatively small territory that has fought hard to break free from a large tyrannical country and had earned its freedom, and now maintains its own identity and sovereignty. In this particular iteration of that storyline, the country is Taiwan, and it is under constant threat from China. In this modern David and Goliath saga, China's communist government seeks to absorb Taiwan and nationalize all of the resources and economy while engulfing its citizens into the oppressive culture imposed onto the Chinese population. As the world watches, China continues to encroach on Taiwan's sovereignty and economy. Is it time to take a unified stand against these actions? Taiwan is of considerable strategic value. In terms of geopolitical location, Taiwan is located at the center of the first island chain of the West Pacific. Taiwan's geographic location makes it an anchor to a network of American allies and partners and is integral to maintaining security of the Indo-Pacific region. This is a pivotal location that serves several strategic purposes and is of considerable military value. Additionally, the waters surrounding Taiwan are home to the busiest shipping lane in the world. This area is densely filled with cargo ships and cruisers. A multitude of countries all depend on these shipping lanes to deliver their goods to the world, and vice versa. Taiwan has maintained a free market economy that embraces innovation, entrepreneurship, and nurtures private sector growth. This makes it integral to the regional and global economy, as well as a valuable economic and trade partner to the United States. If Taiwan falls under Chinese control, it would impact the economic and political stability of the entire region, as well as have global effects. Moral and ethical stance. Taiwan is a beacon of democratic values and ideals. Its government places human rights and personal freedom at the top of its priorities, and it maintains a standard of living among the best in the world with an exceptionally low crime rate. Taiwan is a prosperous and beautiful nation with excellent healthcare and infrastructure throughout. By most accounts, it is an underrated place to live as well as a vacation destination, all of which would be severely and adversely affected if China were to succeed in absorbing Taiwan. Additionally, losing Taiwan will embolden other authoritarian countries around the world, including, but not limited, to Russia. In recent years, the West has appeared less willing to defend its values, and this can't continue. We must treat Taiwan as a sovereign state, and if mainland China invades the territory, it is the United States' responsibility to defend Taiwan. If we fail to uphold our standards to be the defenders of liberalism, we are responsible for the consequences. It becomes a matter of human conscience to stand united against this. A Chinese takeover of Taiwan would be a travesty of epic proportions. Chinese aspirations of global dominance. A snapshot of how tyranny is growing around the world readily illustrates that China is at the forefront of this growth. As China has emerged as a superpower, now more than ever, its aspiration for global dominance is evident. It is now common knowledge throughout the free world. And as China grows in power and influence, so will the spread of communist ideology and tyranny. China has wanted to reunite Taiwan since 1949. In addition to the previously stated facts regarding Taiwan's value, it is also a matter of national pride to the Chinese government to reacquire Taiwan, which negates Taiwan's own national identity and seeks to subjugate the nation. This has now become bigger than the dispute of two peoples over sovereignty. It is now a pivotal conflict of good versus evil, right versus wrong, and the preservation of freedom over oppression and human rights over abuse. The pages of this saga are presently still being written.